Mark Claire here for Bounding into Comics. And have you seen the latest from the director of Marvel's Echo, upcoming this Friday, by the way? To drum up interest in the Disney Plus series, she's been teasing a, quote, number of cameos. And if it seems like I'm laughing, it's because I'm laughing, because this is just getting hilarious. Because really, Echo, by the way, this article can be found at boundingintocomics.com. You can also check out the link in the description of this video. This article is by Spencer McCooley. Be sure to check out the full article for his breakdown. But the director of the Marvel series Echo has been teasing these cameos, and it's so funny to me because Echo has really become the unwanted stepchild of the MCU, as I think many of the projects on the plate, especially when it comes to these Disney Plus series, have become. Because the truth is, Disney Plus subscriptions have been going down. So there's no evidence. In fact, if anything, there's evidence in the other direction. There's no evidence that all these series that they've been producing for years, really since after the pandemic, they have shifted so much into Disney Plus, thinking this was going to be the new age, the new era where everyone was going to sign up for these streaming services. But now, as you've seen many of these streaming services, they've been offering these ad versions where you can have a lower subscription to get ads. And the reason they're doing that is because that's just way more profitable for them. They would actually prefer you go to the version with ads, the version which costs you less, but they make more money on you. This is all a long way to say that these exclusive to streaming projects like Echo are a disaster. They're just sucking up money. And I am certain there have been rumors that Kevin Feige was really unhappy with a lot of Echo. They've reshot it. They've changed how it was going to be released. They've pushed back the release. I am certain if they could get Batgirl this thing, so to speak, and just get rid of it and write the whole thing off, they would have. But I'm sure there's a number of reasons. I'm sure you can imagine why, considering the lead character has a number of, let's say, elements to her that make her hard to cancel. Let's put it that way. She's deaf. She's missing a limb. She's Latina. I mean, Disney ain't canceling that series. Let's just put it that way. That's not going to happen. But in this article from Spencer McCooley, he does break down what director Sydney Freeland has been teasing, that the series is going to feature a number of cameos from characters that you know and love from across the Marvel franchises. And it's funny because this has been one of the biggest criticisms, especially of She-Hulk, that it was such cameo porn because there was just no substance to it. And they were trying to do everything they could do, seemingly, to bring in characters like Wong, popular characters, Daredevil in the yellow suit, anything they could do to drum up interest in that show, which was just a resounding critical failure by any possible metric. And I think they're bracing for something similar with Echo, but again, what else do they really have here? Later in this article, you'll see, maybe I'll play a little bit of it, but there was a leaked fight scene between Daredevil and Echo that is just incredible. And by that, I mean just incredibly, incredibly bad. Now, look, this is not the final release. Who knows? Maybe whatever, you'll see this interview here with Brett Smith. Be sure to check out his show, Escape from the Future. They have nothing else to offer except maybe you're going to like some other characters that might appear in this. Now, my guess is it's going to be some of the more street level characters, maybe a Hawkeye, maybe a Kate Bishop, probably not a Spider-Man, because you know why? They would have told us if Spider-Man was going to appear in this. So it's probably not going to be anyone too major. Heck, maybe a Riri Williams. Why not? The point is, I don't expect much out of this show. In fact, if I wasn't doing commentary for Bounding into Comics, I might not watch this show. But because I am, I may just watch it just for you guys, just to give you guys my honest thoughts on it. Now, I will give everything a chance. I've always been fair to all of these shows, even when I didn't think they would really be my vibe. And, I've gotten flack myself for defending to some extent. I might even get flack in the comments here, the Miss Marvel show. Not that I think it's a great show, but I did think it was catered to a different audience, an audience that's not really me. So I was, a little bit light on it in the sense that really, I really love the acting of Iman Vellani. I think you can tell she's a great actress, and you can tell she's a true fan. And for that reason, I was a little light on my criticism of the show. Not to say it's a great show or anything. Calm down. I'm not saying that. The point is, I do try to be fair when I look at this stuff, even though I might have my own thoughts about what Disney has been doing with these characters. At the end of the day, I love these characters. Now, Echo is not a character I personally grew up with. I was reading comics in the 90s, so I have no real attachment to Echo, but maybe that frees me a little bit. If they give me a good show, I don't care if they added a missing leg or I don't know what they did in the comics versus what they're going to do here. But I'll tell you what, the cameos, after seeing the cameos in She-Hulk, where they basically emasculated Daredevil, I'm not expecting much out of these cameos. So, will you tune into Echo? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss any of the great content here from the Bounding into Comics team.